All right, good morning. So today I had an idea to do like a continuous mix. You can use this for like if you need to walk away from the decks or if you need to the process. I mean, you can share it on like SoundCloud or anything like that. I mean, you can do a lot of things with a continuous mix. I'm gonna do a country one today. Not that I'm a gigantic country fan or anything like that. I could just use it. Like if you have to go to the bathroom or something. Like I have a residency at a country place right now. So if you need time away from the decks, or you need you need a break or something like that, or like a changeover, there's a lot of different things. I went ahead and like I went through the whole country EDM folder and just added the songs that I wanted to use. I did this. You could see that they're all in key. I started to do it um, with BPM and then go through. So like how you would do that is you would start up here. I would say like 120 to 128. That way you can go like four up or four down and like kind of land on 124. When I make a continuous mix, I like to keep it like at the same tempo, sort of. I'm not a huge fan of those transitions. As long as you can do the transition thing, and it's quite a bit easier. But the way I'm going to do it today is I'm going to kind of try and do it to the grid. The grid might shift a little bit because of the breaks. Some of the breaks are longer. Some songs do that extra four count beat. It might not exactly be on the grid, but it'll be like in like the 4 bar grid. Um, but it'll be kind of like on the beat. It'll be with the metronome. That's the way I'm going to do it. You don't have to do it like that. You can just basically throw all these songs into an Ableton session. I'll show you. I discovered this that you can just click and drag from Serato into Ableton, and it's awesome. I'll show you that in a second. Basically, I went through these songs. I started by tempo, and then I would go like 2A, 2A, 3A, and then I ran into this situation like I don't have anything in 120 with 3A, and so you can switch over. Oh, if you don't know this trick, so to delete it, it's Control Shift, but if you sort it by BPM, right, and then you Control key, and then it sorts it by BPM over key. So like same BPM, and then you see BPM changes 121, and then it starts the whole process over. This is kind of cool. You run into some little situations like this. Like if you're making a set, so basically you can just drag this over. That's what I did. I dragged it over to this crate. Um, I'm making some other continuous mixes here, like in the lower tempos. Um, those I'm just doing straight, like that other way I was saying. You could just do them. You could just throw them into Ableton and then put the end of one. But it's not really for those. It's not great to share onto like social media because the transitions aren't like always in time. It's sort of like one song ends and the other one starts. But with country, you kind of have to. I mean, there's other ways to do it. Um, you kind of have to wait till the song's over because they're singing the whole time until the very, very end. Sometimes they sing through the outro and do like a fade out, and it's hard to like quick mix country. You can do it if you have stems. It'd be way easier. But I just use a jump drive for my gig. And you really don't get stems that way because you have to put everything through Record Box. That really hasn't caught up yet. I mean, there is a way. It's a whole different topic. Anyways, I went through this by key, so change it to key, by key, and then like I said, your range. You don't want to go out of. From my experience, I've done like 3 of these. I haven't done a bunch of these, but in my experience, I want to keep it in like a 8 to 10 BPM range. That way you can find the middle. In this case, what I'm going to do today, probably 124. So like 120 to 130. The 130 ones, once you start getting over like 4 BPM, 6 BPM, then you kind of notice a difference. But these are EDM remixes. So in the higher tempos, because it's like essentially double. So if you were doing like the 60 BPM to 88 BPM, like it's kind of, you're going to be going a lot farther. But if it's 120, it's kind of like double. So the spaces between the BPMs are a lot less noticeable than at like 160, 170. Like you'll notice this with hip hop. If you're trying to go 6 BPM on a track that reads as like 60 BPM or 80 BPM or something like that, those 6 to 8 BPM shifts are like a lot more noticeable. Especially if it's songs you know, like a Nelly or a Jay-Z or something like that, then it's just like real drastic. And it's like you're used to the sound of their voice in your head, right? And then when you shift it a lot, even if you have key shift, like you have that kind of like rhythm, people have that rhythm in their head of what the song's going to sound like if it's something you've heard, especially a million times. But up in the 120s and stuff, it's not nearly as noticeable. So you can go like 6 or 8 and it's not that drastic. Anyways, I went through here, like I said, and just went 120 to 130. Like that's a good one, that's a good one, that's a good one, that's a good one. Same key, drag those over here. I kind of did some stuff with like vibes. Like here's 2 Luke Bryan songs back to back. I kind of put those together. Same key. You kind of want to have it like, you don't want 2 slow songs together, right? You want to kind of, even though they're EDM, they still have, a lot of these songs have like breaks, as you can tell. Like this is a break. Which one has a big break? See, you can see those breaks right there. And sometimes they revert to the actual version depending on the edit. So you don't want 2 songs with like two big breaks, you know, in a row. You kind of want to keep the energy up, and then take a break. Here's a perfect example. I'm going to go ahead and play this. This might be loud. See, even though it's kind of like upbeat and the tempo's up, you have a whole section here where it's just like down, 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 and then you drop. Bangers. So yeah, the EDM remixes are about the only way that I stay sane doing all this country. I like it, and some of them are really catchy, but the gig I do, my country gig, is kind of like not really always EDM mixes until the evening. Like there's 4 different shifts during the day, and it's not till the evening that you kind of like bring the energy up. I mean, you can do it during the day, but I just feel like the vibe's different during the day, and it's more, I'm getting a better reception during the day doing the classic versions of the songs. And those, I mean, 4 or 5 hours of that to me, it's a little kind of draggy. I wasn't really raised on country, so it kind of like drags your day. Especially if you're doing whole songs and you're not really quick mixing. I'm having a hard time, personally, quick mixing country. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. So yeah, like I said, going through 6A, 7A, then you see these little chunks because I want to keep it. That one I accidentally clicked on. See, it's highlighted. I played it and it's 109. Can't use that, because that's too big of a jump. I mean, if you play that at 120, then it's going to sound crazy. I can show you. It's going to sound crazy. Play that one. So if I was to shift this one up, in Ableton, that's what we're going to do. In Ableton, I'm going to shift them all to basically the same tempo so they kind of stay on the same grid. You can do the tempo shifts if you want in Ableton, but to me, that's a lot more work. I just kind of want to like bang this out, get this done. If it's something like, because this is kind of like a secondary thing for me, like country, making an EDM remix of country, how often am I going to use that? Not really, because I'm going to do it live. You know, I can record myself live, but sometimes you just want to have this, like I said, for a break. You know, if you need to take some time, shift change, if you have to leave the decks. I mean, a 7-minute song will get you a bathroom break, but if you have to leave the decks for any reason, anything like that, or if you want to share it to, can't share it to YouTube because of copyright strikes, but if you want to share it to like SoundCloud or something, or Mixcloud, anything like that, this is a good way to do it. Or like a radio show. Yeah, so that's the main reason that I did this, is because I downloaded this guy's country radio show, and he would talk, not between every song, but talk between the songs, because he's doing a radio show. Great mixes, great song selection, but I can't play that in public. Like, if I need an hour to fill or something like that, like at a corporate event, or like I'm just arriving, or I want a vibe, like as I'm setting my stuff up, or like there's, when I do corporate events, I like to have some music going. Like, as soon as I get there, as soon as I'm checking sound, I kind of just leave some music down low, set a vibe for the people that are working, people that are setting up. Makes me happy, makes them happy. You know, it's better than silence for sure. So in this case, I definitely wouldn't use like a country EDM mix for like the chill vibe of the setup, but whatever. Like I was going to show you, like this song's at 109. If I shift it up to that 124 that I want to use, it's going to sound crazy. I mean, doesn't sound that crazy. But, well, this one works. Yeah, this one works. Yeah, I could have used that one. So, let's take this back down to 109. I'm pretty much done in Serato. I did all that because it takes a while, your song selection. I could have went through in this video and like, oh, that one's good, that one's not, but also like I can't really play the whole song on here. But I already have that done. Everything's in key, everything's in order. Tempo range, we're gonna do something a little tricky here with one of these. I have like a double song. We'll get to it when we get to it. I can't really remember what it was. Okay. Yeah, I have something where I'm gonna go in one of the drops of the song. Oh, this Austin one. Yeah, it's out of order. That's why. Yeah, okay. So it's in order now. I'm gonna go with this one, and you see, like this one's longer, but this one's real short. This one's only, I mean, 2 minutes, but that's including your intro. So I'm gonna take, see, it's kind of hype, but this one's not very hype. Was never so I'm gonna try and go there, and maybe this drop, pop in that next one. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. I had to get the windows set up. Let's start over here at 120 because that's where our set starts, right? Drag this in. So that's set at 120. You want to make sure to warp, Complex Pro, boom. Next one, still 120. Warp, Complex Pro. Okay, so that's done. 120. Actually, all these are at 120, so we could technically just do these three. They're all at 120. Control, import them into the session. Warp, Complex Pro. So here's the next one, and we have a pretty decent sized jump with this one. What you're gonna do, and you kind of do this with, I'll do another video on this. You kind of do this with when you have acapellas and you're making remixes and stuff like that. I want to get a little better at OBS before I get into like making remixes and all those like complex videos where I'm going to be like producing a whole song. I just want to knock some of these videos out first of little basic things, like continuous mixes. I got that rack pack yesterday. If you haven't seen that, check out that video. Rack pack, not rat pack. I had a little joke about that one. So you take your session up to 128 here, drag this one in, boom, and make sure you do your Complex Pro. And I'm kind of like OCD about this. I like to go back and check that they're all in Pro. Just highlight, Control A, highlight all of your tracks with that in focus, okay? So next song is at 126, right? So when you do that, when you change them to Complex Pro, they all shift with the tempo. So everything is kind of like in order, or like along the grid. So this one's at 126. These two are at 126. Come over here, shift this to Complex Pro. Next one's 123. Yeah, so right here is where I kind of did that. This next one is Islands in the Stream. That's kind of slow, right? I wanted to put my next, well, actually that's a double Dolly Parton right there. That's why I did that. Double Dolly Parton. So this Islands in the Stream one is 123. Drop that down to 123. Goes back up to 126. Oh wait, see, forgot already. So 123. See, I forgot that Complex Pro thing. If you do that, it's going to be off the grid. You're going to mess everything up. And then I want to OCD double check that all those are good to go. Now switch it to 126. So this is kind of, I'm going to go ahead and do this. This is kind of a weird thing. So like your focus in the window, Ableton, you have to like slide it all the way out. I don't like working in this like little bitty tiny space right here, you know? So it's 126. This one goes up to 128. I've got 3 in 128, so I can drag all those over. Boom. Or Complex Pro. 2 in 130. Drag these over. Or Complex Pro. I mean, it's a little tedious to do it this way. You could do one after the other. The tempo shifts also take a little extra time. So if you're doing just a regular mix where you don't really want anything on the grid, if you're just trying to slam a bunch of songs together, you can do that. 125. A little tedious, but we'll get through it. Or Complex Pro, 124. Okay, and then 120. 2 of them. Wait, I forgot my Complex Pro. See, that happens. Double check that all your Complex Pros. See? So I made a mistake. Forgot the last one. Maybe it was the one before. Only did Complex on that one. I'll double check that they're, I guess I must have missed another one. Way back here. Okay. So since this will happen, way to fix that. Just go all the way back, right? This was after the Islands in the Stream. So U-proof. Let's do islands in the stream. It'll happen. You just go back, delete it, like that. Okay, it's perfect. It's happened to me a bunch of times. It'll probably happen to you too. 126. Drag this in. $128. I should probably do a time lapse here, but I don't really know how to do that, so this is what we're doing. Okay. 128 here. So 130. Another 130. Double check that they're all pro again. Dropping down to 122. $125. $124. Almost done. Two 120s. Wait, I want to double check. That's where we messed up last time. $120. So while we're at it, this guy, Real Haifa, I think that's how you say it. It does really good country remixes. So 3 125s. Boom. Complex Pro. I want to double check again that they're all Complex Pro. Perfect. Like I said, I mean, it's not necessary to make it on the grid, but if I'm going to do a video on it, I'll do it the right way. It's 126. It takes a little bit longer. If you just want to slam some songs into an Ableton session and put the endings over them. Like I did that yesterday with like the original versions. If you have the original versions without the edits, it's super easy. But if you have the edits and you're trying to make the transitions sound like a live set, that's, I mean, that's the goal, is to sound as live as possible. If you're not mixing live, just some Ableton tricks, you know, shifting the tempos, and then 128. Arcondo. Okay, that's it. And then double check that they're all, everything's groovy. See, highlighted them all, Warp Pro. Sorry about that mistake, but it's gonna happen. I mean, that's a lot of different motions. How many songs do we have? 28. Yeah, it's gonna happen. You just go back. You don't have to start all the way over, but it isn't necessary unless you want to just delete the song. It's just confusing if you're trying to do it a certain way and you don't have them all that way, you know. So it's better to just go back, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, over and over and over and over again. Another thing I like to do, because I run these through a mastering plugin at the end to make them kind of like all compressed together and multi-band compression. They all kind of sound the same, so you don't have big dips. I'm not normalizing them, so there are going to be, you can tell with the waveforms that some of the waveforms are, I mean, they're pretty, these are like, this is smaller than that. That's going to be quieter than that. Could be the songs, the type of song, quieter song. But they're all pretty close. I'm not normalizing them. What I was saying, highlight them all. Actually, highlight them all here. I like to do -5 dB. Fix this. And then at the end, I run a, so this is for when I'm like normally making songs and mixing stuff. I do a ceiling of -3, and then after the mastering, I pop it up to like -0.3, right? So I don't really need the limiter right now. That's for when I do sessions. So we are done with Serato. I hope you thought the click and drag thing was awesome, because I thought it was awesome too. Let me try and fix this window right now. Let's turn off Serato, full screen Ableton, slide this over. Yeah, it's gonna slide this over real quick. Okay, cool. So that's that. As you can tell, the session's gonna be around about an hour. Not bad. Yeah, these EDM remixes are shorter than the original versions for sure. So like I said, because you have this, let's shift them all to 124. I would do 125 because it's right in between, but I don't like the odd numbers. Not at all, but like, okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna be able to play all the songs because I don't want to get like copyright strikes or anything like that. But you can tell it's on beat. If you want to be sure, if you want it to be perfectly on beat, you're gonna have to go in here, crop this, go over here. You're gonna have to grid this. I might do that with all these. It's also a little tedious. So I'm gonna use, just for time's sake, one of the songs I'm gonna do like a quick mix sort of thing, and end like in the middle of the song. Most of these I'm just gonna put the outro or the intro over the outro.
I come here every Wednesday. I come here every.
So I like to just throw a little cut there.
I come here.
Then you find your downbeat.
I come here.
2, 3, 4. So I'll find my downbeat. I'll delete this. I'll drag this over here, right, and then drag your little intro portion. And if you want to shift it out, whatever, go for it. If not,
I come here every.
see that.
I come here every Wednesday. I love the band. Always sitting.
Because you synced everything.
They know me by name and my go-to. Name and my go-to drink. Yeah,
So I'm not going to run that the whole time. I'm probably just going to cut this in half, because that bass thing, you could do like an auto filter if you wanted to. I could just show you that real quick. Just throw an auto filter on this. All right, going the other way. Start it down here. Do your frequency, show your automation. Actually, I want it like fully, man. Yeah, the full range. Make this a little bit bigger. Go here. I cut it in half already. I'm probably gonna cut it in another half. Don't want to go all the way up. because all the way up would be like here.
Beer in my hand, they know the same place cold. Beer in my hand.
I don't like it. I don't like the filters like that. I'd rather just stop, then go all the way like when I'm mixing live. I don't like those like the filter like yeah, it's not. Does that clap? You lose it.
They know me by name.
So you lose that clap. I might just repeat this. Actually, just the second half. Since we're doing the filter, you want to make sure this is on the line so you can chop and screw it. So like that's half, right?
Don't come walking in.
Just one more. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Poor guy checking your ID. Don't come walking in like you own it.
Okay, so it picks up with a clap at that downbeat right there. You can consolidate those if you want. I don't want to take the time to do that. Go back here, show your automation.
I come here every Wednesday. I love the band. Always sitting the same. I come here every Wednesday.
So that just makes that clap a little beefier there. And this is all stuff that you're like doing live when you're mixing. So this would be like you loop it, you loop that last section, you do like a 4-bar loop there, loop it, loop it, loop it, and then if you know your song, you know the downbeat's gonna come there. You know, it's basic stuff. And you do your filter up if that bass frequencies. If you're using stems, you cut out the bass, swap the basses, swap the melodies and stuff like that. So that's that one. 1. So that ends there. Bring in your next song.
This is my bar. This is my.
See, she's talking all the way to the very end. It's like these country things these country songs. I mean, they just keep going. Unless you have stems, you're gonna get that cross of vocals or the cross of melodies, and like, it's no good. It's no bueno. Let's see what this one sounds like.
Been playing 20 questions.
And the vocals start in the very beginning. That's another thing. I guess even in these EDM remixes.
Been playing 20 questions, 44 games. And 20 questions, 20 questions. 20 questions. 20 questions, 20 questions, 20 questions, 44 games. 24, 20 questions, 44.
Where's that downbeat?
And 20 questions, 44 games. 20 questions, 20 questions, 20 questions, 44 games. 24/7 till I understand. 20 questions.
I can't find that downbeat. Sorry.
Been playing 20 questions.
Right there.
20 questions, 20 questions, 44 games. 24, 20 questions, 44 games. 24, 20 questions, 44 games. 24 questions, 44 games.
Okay.
Been playing 20 questions, 44 games. 24/7 till I understand. Been playing 20 questions, 44 games. 24. Been playing 20 questions, 44 games. Been playing 20 questions, 44 games. 24/7.
That was way easy. See, sometimes. You don't need all that, right?
Ever since that night, she's been fixing. Since that night, she's been fixing.
Like I was saying, you got to get that. See, it's like you can't tell from out here, but it is right there. And that'll make you off time, and that's no good either. I like it like that. You could also bring it in here and do like a soft. like those, that synth thingy. I like it better than just that downbeat, like bam. See, I don't like that. So I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut this in half. I'm gonna cut this in half. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's your downbeat, right? No, that's not either. That's the one. So you don't need all that. You don't need all that. So I'm going to do one of those and one of these. So cut this into 4. So one of those, one of these, and then your downbeat here. You want something on every like set of 4, like something new. And that's just like a basic DJing thing.
Last night.
There we go. And that one's a banger. I wish I could play the whole thing, but I just probably don't want to get demonetized.
It's like rattlesnake venom. She don't.
Oh shoot. Go here.
Last night.
The outro's way too long.
I know you said this time you really. No way. Was I last night? Was I last night?
You definitely don't need all that. Like, look at that. That's way too much. See, that one starts right on it, see?
Last night.
You don't want all that either.
Last night.
I'm actually gonna do this right
Like
here.
her.
Last night.
Turns every cat when she walks through that door. Ain't never seen it.
Let's throw another auto filter here. Going the other way. Set it down there where you want it. Do your frequencies up here. Cue point. Shoot. It's one thing I don't like in some of these newer editions of Ableton. It's really hard to get those. I wish so badly that you could like type what frequency you wanted. I mean, you can do it down here. But like click and drag. Like I said, not all the way up. I mean, you can set the cue point here or the playhead, and you can type it that way. Yeah.
Turns every cat when she.
That one's a little tight. I wish you could type over here is what I'm saying, like right here where it says that. I wish you could type it there instead of having to move the playhead.
Turns every cat when she walks through that door.
Okay, so there's that. The reason I'm cutting all these songs short is because I don't know how strict they are with the copyrights. Like if they hear like a little bit, then you're demonetized. I don't know. Still new to YouTube. I mean, I've been using YouTube forever, but making videos. See, it's someplace, one of these breaks in the edit, this is what I was talking about earlier, with the shifting. Sometimes I do that extra 4 bars of like a break or like a bridge or something like that. They do that extra 4 bars. And so you can see that here that it's not like kind of where it should be. It should be back here because we have everything on the grid, but that's what happens. Swing in and do this real quick. I'm going to take some of that low end off. This auto filter is just, I mean, you could do it with your EQ, but this is kind of just the easiest way to just knock it out real quick and get that sort of the same feel of a live mix. I'm only going to take a little bit off the bass here, and I'm going to do it like right there. That way you're not like boom, boom, you know. Funky, right? Sometimes I like to leave those breaks in. It gives me a second to breathe. I mean, you can do like lyrics to lyrics on lyrics. That's what this would sound like. I like just a little instrumental break for a while. I mean, I don't know. Lyrics after lyrics after lyrics after lyrics after lyrics. I mean, kind of gets old. You kind of want to vary it up. Like I could just end this. Let's just try it. Kind of like it the other way better. I like it like this. Like a little vibe. It's kind of smoother for me. I don't know. Either way, I like that way for now. Bangers. So this one, I don't think there's any lyrics through here. Like that's too much for me. Delete this. Kind of the same process I was talking about with the last one, but let's see if we do like a hard just drop. Doesn't work. So you can drag this all the way out. Let's do a filter down with this one because it's kind of just like one of those vocal chops. Set this here. Like I said, I don't like it I don't like it all the way up. It's too tinny, too tinny. I've got that the wrong way. I did it backwards. Did I? I get it. So that's what I want to do. Actually, what? Yeah. Sorry, it's confusing sometimes. Do a filter this way on this one. So like full out, but I want to start it here. Then go up here. That is not what I want to do. Start it 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Let's listen to that. Sick, right? All right, cool. Next. We got a few left. Okay. That one's got a real soft ending, so this one does not have a soft beginning. Like I said, you know, you can't really tell that it's, I mean, it's off for darn sure. You can just leave it like that. This one's done. I can already tell you. Some of them go way quicker than others. I'm going to use this whole song probably. Sheesh. Boots and pants. There we go. A little bit of boots and pants at the end of this one. I'm leaving it. I mean, you can do a filter if you want to, like. This way. I mean, you could do a filter. I just don't want to do a filter every single time. have the bass. Some people, like some of the producers, like to do this section like with bass and then your outro. If you don't have lyrics, I would go ahead and just switch the song. Like try and switch it whenever kind of close to the lyrics and melody. Stop. If you're not quick mixing. If you're quick mixing, I would do it way back here somewhere. But on to the next one. Melody there or no bass. That's what you want.
Yeah, I've been throwing down the whiskey.
Perfect.
How to get my money back.
And it's good. I mean, it's good to put this way back here as opposed to cutting them, like cutting this one in half and then cutting that one in half. Because it beefs it up, you know. It beefs up this section, adds more highs. You know, because you're just coming out of like a big part of the song, and as opposed to just like filtering that out or turning down the volume. It's good. It like beefs it up. It has a little break section, and that's a stylistic argument. I like those little breaks sometimes, every so often, maybe even 50% of the time, if 40% of the time, where you have these little breaks, these little dancey breaks to just sort of vibe. Then other places you have lyrics on lyrics or lyrics next to lyrics, not ever on. Unless, I mean, that's also a stylistic thing. Unless it's like a singy thing and then like a sharp thing. Like you, in my opinion, you can have vocals over vocals if some, like one of them's like singy and the other one's like choppy. You know, like oh, and then dot 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 dot, like a rap over like a sort of kind of singy part. Also, if if it's in key, that also helps. Yeah, it's not. That one's not gonna work for sure. Saw that coming. Boom. Here's this. So I definitely want my vocals here. Like too much of a like vibe section is too much. Like you can tell like it's too extended, you know, it's too far out. Let's try it here. I don't think that's gonna work, but
Hey, brother, do you still?
let's try here. Let's try this, see what happens.
Hey.
I fuck with that. Yeah. I was gonna do it this other way. So essentially like, wait, hold on. So right here, I would have this right here. So you have that vibe section, right?
Hey. Hey, brother, do you still?
But for sake of like repetitiveness, I'm gonna have it like this. I like that better.
Hey, brother.
Bangers. So that's sort of like a slamming. Speaking of slamming, no, I don't like this next song that much, but it works. People love it, so I'm using it. So I think this is a Galantis. No, the other one's Galantis. I mean, some of these are just, it's too much synth, especially for like a country vibe. So I just basically want the lyrics out of this one. So I'm going to cut that section out. Go like this. It's too much synth. It's like a synth solo. It's too much. Especially for Nashville, I feel like it's way too much. I don't know. Still. A little choppy, but
The flow now.
this one is way too vibey.
So
I don't think there's any lyrics through here.
come take it to the flow now.
No.
So lay our cards down, down, down.
All I want is this lyric section. That's like way too much vibe for this set. Like, it's a country EDM set. Country is really fixated on the vocals, but this is, I mean, this would be fun for like an after hours, this section, but you got to be kind of like set to your vibe. Like, that's way too much. If you were to play that in this set, it would just, I think it would kind of ruin it, because it's like a huge break of just dancey stuff and just like house breaks. Like, it's a little monotonous. So that's where it is. I'm gonna cut this whole section here, and then see how that lines up.
I can't slow dance with you.
So those melodies are kind of over top of one another. So there's a little bit that's already filtered for you. So bring this guy back here, see what happens. Actually, hold on. It's a lot better. All that vibe, you remember? Like, all that vibe. Too much vibe. Too much vibe. Sometimes you gotta get down to business, get those lyrics going.
Come take it to the flow now.
See?
Come take it to the flow now.
Boom. That's where you're gonna shift right there.
Remix DJ.
Uh-oh. My secrets. Right here. See? Just a wee bit off. Let's see where that one is. So I just cut that and then you just drag it back. It's just a little quick trick. You just land. See, everything's gridded. You saved all that time that we took in the beginning, changing all those tempos. Everything's already gridded, so you can just like, this is my downbeat. This is gonna be here. It's on the grid. Blah blah blah. And like, essentially, if you analyze this beforehand, you can use however much of this you want. You don't have to use the whole hour. You can use 7 minutes to go to the bathroom. You can use 10 minutes. You can use 20 minutes. Whatever, you know. Like if you have, like I said, the corporate events, if you want to play the whole thing, go for it. So I'm going to go ahead and... Isn't it nice to have everything gridded already? I wanted to catch that Beyonce Take It to the Floor Now thing. Not going to do that. So I'm just going to skip it right here.
Come take it to the floor now.
Tough one, because she says it on the floor. I want that break right here.
Take it to the floor now. Come take it to the floor now.
See, it's like,
come take it to the floor now.
tough. Let's see if we can bring the volume of this down and that works. This is a tough one. It's just like there's that music.
Come take it to the floor now. Come take it to the floor now. Come take it to the floor now. Come take it to the floor now.
We'll see what happens here. Maybe if we bring it back here, I kind of like that better than the other way. Let's see. You're not getting that full break there with the silence, but you also don't get that like what thing with this. It's a tough one. I don't like that because it's like quiet, you can still hear it though. I don't know. Don't like that. I think I like this better because there's already a build when you go. I like that a lot better. Okay, we figured it out. let's see if we can stretch that there. I don't want to go, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go directly into, I don't want to kill it like that after this build. I want like, picks it up well. I mean, I could take some more time with that, but we still have like 10 songs left, so. So this one should be like, not really loving that synth sound. I've been driving all over the town. If it lines up. If I can bring that synth, I don't like how it just. Oh, let's do our vocals there at that drop. Let's do that. Let's try and get some of this shit out of here. Do that right there. Drag this back, maybe. I might just ditch it. I missed something. I've been driving home. I've been driving all over. Is that it? I've been driving all over the town. I've been driving all. He starts that hey at like the and of 4. Yeah, I think that's closer. It's just so much better if it's gridded, you know what I'm saying? That's better. That way you're not left with that weird sounding synth. Like, I like this song. I just don't like this synth part right here. I want to hear if it all lines up real quick. You lose a little intensity there, but at least you don't have that synth by itself. I'm not a huge fan, but this one has a weird synth too, so lucky.
Hey, mister, won't you sell me a fake ID? There's a fake. Hey, mister, won't you sell me a fake ID?
There we go. I woke up on the wrong side of the truck bed this morning. Some of these I like. They're really catchy. Not all of them. Not all of them. But yeah, some of them are great. They're fun. Like I said, like little 5 section. I could just bring the vocals right over here.
Your fake ID.
Don't come home if you go to the bar.
But yeah, I like it this way sometimes. Like you can alternate. Do different stuff at different times, just like when you're DJing live. Just different shit. You don't want to do the exact same mix. Like I could swap the low ends, do the filter every single track. I mean, not even use the crossfader. Just up and down faders, boom, 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 switch, switch, switch. It's not always fun, you know, especially for 4 hours. Like, yeah, you want to nail that. You want to have your like one mix, like your thing that you could always do time and time again. Like, yeah, it's great. It's great to have that. It's great to perfect that. But build off that.
She said, don't come home if you go to the. She said, don't come home if you go to the bar.
Yeah, that was a fun one. It does like a weird little rhythmic thing. Sometimes when you put these fills over each other, sometimes it doesn't work at all. I mean, honestly. But other times, you get cool little rhythmic things like that.
I can't believe I gotta be at work at 9.
I like that. I mean, you could cut there and just pop into your other song, because this one's kind of long. It's not any longer than that. Okay, but I like that little drop. Silences are very powerful, very powerful. Somebody told me that when I was younger. I did a drum solo, and I used to just like never really had too many rests. There was these old cats. I did this drum competition or something, and he was just like, okay, so when you come, I won that one, but he was like, when you come back with the next one, you should like work with your silences and work with your spaces. Same thing goes with this. These little drops. I mean, if it's too long, if you did that for 4 bars, that's way too much. But if you do it for like 2 beats right there,
Yes, I did.
it's like people breathe in.
I can't believe I gotta be at.
Bangers. Yeah, this real hi-fi dude, awesome. Hope I'm saying that right. Hi-fi. Yeah, it's got to be hi-fi, right? There you go again. Just that little bit. Isn't that crazy? But because we gridded everything, very easy. This is gonna work, but we can try it. Loving this one. It's an intensity change for sure. Plus it's like an Afro house sort of kind of feel. For a continuous mix, that's gonna work right now. I've got 10 songs left. Thank you for watching this much of the video if you're still here. Okay. So yeah, it is like an Afro house feel. Go beat, but that's what I was gonna do.
You plan on leaving. What happened? Bad habits. You go back. I loved you. How tragic. Oh, did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn
it's something. When I was looking this up, it's like the sub. It's not subtitle, but there's like the second. I don't know what that's called. That secondary title that they usually put right here, like Austin, and then this song, what it's like known for or whatever. It's known for like Boots Stop Walking or whatever she says, which is so funny. It's like Austin Boots Stop Walking. I don't know. I think it's funny. Where are we putting this?
Hell of a bluff. You had me believing how many go back. I loved you. How tragic. Oh, did your boots stop work? Did you burn through money? Did you wreck?
I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. There's always these little clip things right here. If you're ever, I mean, that'll happen to you. Like that's the problem.
Boots stop working. Did your truck break? Did you burn through money? Did you wreck? Find out. Where there's a will and there's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what cost it. Was the whiskey flowing? Empty cans and I'll be damned. Just wish I knew what cost it. Empty cans and I'll be damned. Your shit was never packed. Did your boots stop working? There's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what cost it. Empty cans and I'll be damned. Your shit was never packed. Did your boots stop?
I knew this was gonna be a little complicated, but I think it's dope.
Boots stop working. Did your truck break? Did you go back? I loved you. How tragic. Oh, did your boots? Hell of a bluff. In 40 years, we'll still be here. Drunk, washed up in hell of a bluff. You had me believing. Boots stop working. Did your truck break? Did you burn through money? Did you wreck? Find out. Where there's a will and there's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what cost it. Empty cans and I'll be damned.
She says like, see, sometimes you'll run into those phrases. Like she says, cause it real quick, but it overlaps with like, oh, or whatever, you know, like she's saying the next word. So maybe bring this here.
Empty cans and I'll be damned. Your shit was never packed. Did your boots stop working?
What if we move this here? Delete this and bring this here.
Boots stop working. Did your truck? Wish I knew what cost it. Boots stop working. Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did you wreck? Find out. Where there's a will and there's a way, and
So let's say,
did your boots stop working?
let's get this did ya. Put that up here. Put this up here.
Cost it. Did wish I knew what cost it. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break? Did your boots stop? What cost it? Did your boots stop working? Did your cost it? Did your boots cost it? Did your
So yeah, that kind of like feeds into there.
cost it? Did your boots stop? Cost it? Did your boots stop working? Did your truck?
Let's see this whole thing. This is probably gonna get me a copyright strike.
Wish I knew what cost it. Did your boots stop working? Wish I knew what cost it. Did your boots?
See? There we go. It worked. But I don't want to use this whole song because I doubled it up with that song, and that's already super.
I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew was never packed. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break? Boots stop working? Did your truck break? That very long. All throughout the morning till I got 100 never passed. Did your boots stop working?
Let's put that over here, since we're using the double up song. Like that should, those two together should be like the length of that. Okay, so let's move our entire dengue right there. Let's move this right here. And we have a big drop.
Empty cans and I'll be damned. Your shit was never packed. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did your ex find out? Where there's a will and there's a way, and I'm damn sure you lost it. Didn't even say goodbye. Just wish I knew what cost it. Did your boots stop working? Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did you lost it?
I mean, it's really not as simple as just dropping shit in together and just aligning. I mean, it is pretty simple, but I love some of these edits though. It's awesome. And if you can pull it off, if you can play it in your set, I don't know. It's fun. Like if you're playing like a bar and you play like an epic song and it works. Sometimes it doesn't work, but yeah, if it works, it's real fun. It's these real epic, triumphant motherfuckers. It's that same thing, like caused it, whatever she says next. Was. So it was. It's like you run into these situations and you kind of have to be like, okay. You can kind of do fades sometimes. You can like cut it too short. Caused it. You know, like. I don't think people are nitpicking that much, but when I'm sitting here like repeating it, it's yeah. The OCD goes crazy on that kind of stuff. This one's real long.
Teamwork makes a dream work. Hell, I had some help. Guess it's catching up to you. You thought I'd take the blame for us to come and go around like you ain't guilty of something already lost. The game that you've been running. Guess it's catching up to you. You think that you're so innocent. You ain't even saying. Don't act like you ain't a people that. Hell, I had some help.
Okay, so I'm gonna probably put it right there. Yeah, and you're definitely gonna have an energy die off here because this big triumphant song into something that's not that hype.
Teamwork makes a dream work. Hell, I had some help.
See, and that's another thing. If you, I know I keep raving about gridding it. If you take that extra time in the beginning and grid everything, you can just take sections out and just slide them over. So I want to put.
Got a little boom.
So I want to put that here, right? And then you just drag that back. Oh wait, shoot, sorry. You just drag that back.
Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors. Got a little boom in my big. Got a little boom in my big. Got a little boom in my big.
Actually, I might not even need to drag that back there.
Got a little boom in my big.
Yeah. So, and then you'll just fade this out.
Doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna watch you make me fall in love. Get up on the hood of my dad.
See what it sounds like.
Doors and turn it. Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna
I'm
watch.
just gonna use this as like an impact down. Probably needs to be like that short.
Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn. Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp.
Sweet. This is a build. Make it more buildy, you know.
Big truck, gonna open up the door.
That works. You need to save. You need to save a lot. My God, I did all that without saving. All right, you're fired. Mixes. I'm gonna call this country EDM. And I'm going to keep it at 124 the whole time. So, just 124. I know you could see that, but save, and save. Yeah, because if my computer would have crashed, that would have been crazy. You also want to collect and save and get all your tracks into that one session, because you dragged it from someplace else, wherever your Serato's looking for the songs. Collect and save those and put it back. I know this is a super long video, but I'll show you the whole process. I'm trying to make it as quick as I can. I think we only have 5 left. Oh wait, no, 8. Let's just knock it out.
Girl, shake it for me. Country girl, shake it for me. Girl, shake it for me. Girl, shake it for me.
Out of here. So I'm going to drag that over there because we have the bass. Wait, let's see where the vocals are.
Girl, real good.
That will be perfect right there. Because it has, that'll be perfect because it has this little break right here. And he starts talking early. So
I got that real.
I got that.
I got that real good, feel good stuff. Up under the seat of my bed. Real good, feel good. Under the seat.
So that has your bass going. I don't like that. So I'll take this, slide this up.
Real good, feel good stuff.
It's a lot cleaner. Those basses are.
Real good, feel good stuff. Up under the seat, look my way, and good stuff. Up under the seat of my big black jacked up truck. Rolling on 35s, pretty girl by my side. She got that sun-tan skirt and boots. Wait,
Right there.
pretty girl by my side.
I feel like that's sliding. has something slides off right there?
Real good, feel good stuff. Up under the seat of my big black jacked up truck. Rolling on 35s. Pretty girl by my side. You got that, son.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. Something was sliding off. I just cut this first section and duplicated it because it's just hi-hat and drums. And everything's gridded.
But you look like the right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
So I don't think we need that twice.
When I lay you down in love downtown, but you look like the kind, yeah. All them other boys wanna, all them other boys.
So right there. So this break right here.
But you
This one doesn't start on the right time. So this goes here.
all them other boys wanna wind you up and take you downtown, but you look like the kind that likes to take it way. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay. Yeah, I'm chilling on the dirt. And I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
So definitely not using that again.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Dirt road.
Chilling on a dirt road.
So that does sort of a slam thing. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna save this.
Yeah, that's my kind of night. Chilling on a dirt road. Laid back, swerving like I'm George Jones.
Back.
Can't roll my boat, floating down the Black River. Catch yourself a look. We can't be home, yeah.
So those basses are getting in the way. I don't want that bass there because the bass isn't over here for another second. Let's bring this back here.
Roll my boat, floating down the Black River. Catch yourself a little catfish dinner. Gonna sound like a winner when I lay you down and love you right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Chilling on a dirt road. My kind of night. Chilling on a dirt road.
That's kind of like a slam in. Like if you've ever had a slam in edit, it's just like boom.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that all the way. That's another one of those things. If you have this right here, it's that big impact, which doesn't sound bad. Let's try that. So using this as kind of like a sound effect.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night. That's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night. You right. Yeah, that's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night. That's my kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
That's better. Just take those little breaks, those little pauses, those little rests, like I said.
Kind of night. Yeah, that's my kind of night.
It's not perfect, but it'll do. All right, 6 left.
Watch your mouth, before I can knock that loud mouth out. I'm tired of talking, man. Y'all ain't listening to no dirt roads is what y'all get. Dirt roads is what y'all get. What y'all get.
I'm getting a little bit of lag, that's why. kind of has the same feel. So I'm gonna go lyric to lyric.
Tired of talking, man, y'all ain't listening. No dirt roads is what y'all get.
I cut my brains with some rusty kitchen scissors. Screamed his name till the neighbors.
Talking, man, y'all ain't listening. No dirt roads is what y'all get.
I cut my brains with some rusty kitchen. Screamed his name till the
You're
neighbors.
also getting those basses. I just want to use the hats.
Word got around.
Okay, so that's that. I want to bring this here. Only use half of it. And then do the build with the other song. Wait, is that right? Yeah, 2. Okay.
He said, she said, ain't it funny how rumors spread like I know something y'all don't know. Man, that talk is getting old. You better mind listen. No dirt roads is what y'all get. Listen, no dirt roads is what y'all get.
I cut my brains with some rusty.
It's not perfect, but that's what we'll do. Definitely want to keep that.
How do you know? Paint shows, line. How do you know? Paint shows, line your lips and keep them closed. Cross your legs, dot your eyes and never let them see you cry.
It's weird. The vocals stop in like the middle of a bar. It's okay. We'll figure it out. This one starts real.
Cross your legs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to do this one right.
Got me wide open. Close, cross your legs, dot your eyes and never let them see you cry. Got me wide open, got a 45 on him and he pushing about 100 and wide. Got me wide open, got a got me wide open, got me wide open, got a 45 on him and he got me wide open, got a 45 on him and
It's a little weird. I knew that one was gonna be a little weird. It works though. Technically, it's correct. Yeah, this song isn't sonically perfect either. Because that bass is so wild, I just want the hi-hats on that part. This way. Other way. Sorry. So I want this up here, this here, and this here. I get that backwards all the time. I don't know why. I also want to do boom, boom, boom. You know. That works. Save. Okay. This one's real dancey. It's just a little bit off. I wonder why that is. I must have I must have cut it wrong. Might as well do that filter up again. Essentially kind of like swapping your bass, your low end, just a little bit, you know. Okay. That way when that comes in, perfect. Almost done.
Please turn those headlights around. Please turn them. Never me or all I am. Where the hell am I supposed to go? We're coming home. We're coming home. We'll never come.
This one seems to start right on the, yeah.
We'll never come. We'll never come home. We'll never come. Losing myself.
I'm gonna. Just a smidge.
We'll never come. We'll never come home. We'll never come. To the world. You can tell the world you never was my girl. You will never come. Will never come home. Will never come. Losing myself. never coming home. You're never coming home.
Let's try this. This one's a little weird.
You'll never come. You'll never come home. You'll never come. Lost myself in something in the orange tells me you'll never come home. You'll never come. You can tell the world.
Not perfect, but it'll do. Just cutting out. If they line up perfectly like that, just go for it sometimes. Yeah, some of these older ones are kind of corny sometimes. When you get some of those great, like that Post Malone one, that was like epic. But some of these older ones are kind of corny. But you can remake them or you can use somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? So. Oh, this is the last one. Just a smidge more. All right, there we go. That's it. Usually I go through and check all those, but for time's sake, I'm like at an hour and a half. Actually, a little more than an hour and a half. So usually I go back through and check all the transitions, stuff like that. Make sure they all sound good. Make minor adjustments. But for the time being, let's take this, like I said, drop this to 03, do a Lurison. That's my mastering console. Switch this to Americana. I know you can't see it. It's Lurison mastering console. Switch this to Americana Loose for country. It also has Americana Tight, EDM, hip hop, rock. It's a great plugin. Love it. Usually just throw it on the main and then throw a loudness meter. I use the Waves one. Once again, I know you can't see it. And you're shooting for like -7 to -9 LUFS. So for the country one, I'm shooting around -9. EDM stuff, I'm doing like -7. It's another video. Have these all at -5, so it hits the mastering console right. And that's also why I put that limiter, but I'll go into that at some other point. Just highlight everything that you want to export. Double check you don't have any solos. I've done a whole export and it's one thing is soloed and it's just a nightmare. So I have this all, save it first. Make sure you do your collect and save and then go down here and export. I'm just doing an MP3 for this one. I don't need a wave. I'm not like posting it to Spotify or anything. I'm just doing an MP3. Yeah. Then export and then name it. Country EDM is in mixes. Save it, and that is it. Sorry that took so long. It is tedious, but now we have like an hour mix to do whatever we want with. Anything else? leave it in the comments. Like, follow, subscribe. Instagram at TJ Lamerick. Yeah, holler at me.